are a key contributor on a Western Conference champion. Congratulations to you, sir.
You have Mike's approval. Congratulations.
Your drip is unmatched on that team.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Bruce, congratulations. I know it's nice to make it to the finals, but I know what you really wanted is Mike Ryan's approval as a Hurricane fan. You've improved so much according to Mike Ryan.
Year over year.
Golden Cane. Not just a Hurricane fan. I support the program with dollars.
Yes, you do
many
support
dollars.
With dollars, and it is fairly amazing.
And influence.
Perhaps we shouldn't be surprised because we saw him do it. We've seen him do it in the playoffs. He clearly has a great deal of confidence, if you've heard him talk. And all around the country, Chris Mannix of Sports Illustrated is articulating, I imagine, Bruce, something that pisses you off a little bit. He says, quote, "They're just not a compelling team to talk about, to write about, the Nuggets. You're not LeBron, Bruce. You're not LeBron, and we need the Nuggets to win less."
You might be if you keep improving like this year over year by 2035.
We need the Nuggets to be more interesting.
I mean, when people talk about that, what do you want us to be? What do you want us to do? Nikola is from Serbia. Jamal doesn't say much. There's other guys who can be out there and you can have stories about and talk about. But if we're winning, I don't really care.
Bruce. I gave you all these flowers. I'm a Cane. I complimented your drip.
You mentioned all that.
And you come on this show on this day.
It's a bad hat.
Wearing the hat that swept my team in 1996. You played down here, bruv.
See,
what are you doing? Why are you wearing a Colorado Avalanche hat?
They're not even in the playoffs anymore.
I live in Colorado. I support the Avalanche. We have the same owner. But I'm really a Boston Bruins fan. I'm from Boston.
What?
Whoa! Come on, Bruce.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
They already did.
Y'all beat us.
God, don't say y'all. You're us.
You're not them.
No,
You're
I'm not a
us.
Panthers fan. I can't be a Panthers fan.
For the love of God, what's the matter with this person?
I take everything back.
Congratulations to y'all for sweeping. Y'all just swept.
All right, you're back.
Take off the hat.
Yeah.
Take the hat off. Put the cowboy hat on.
Yeah.
And I support the Avalanche.
Just put the hat backwards or something.
Yeah.
You think you're going to tell Bruce Brown if he's principled about something? You think you're going to walk him off his position
Just say Brandon Montour is better than Cale Makar, please.
when he's the guy who goes to Devin Booker and asks him, "You're going to cry? You lost. What's wrong with you?" When he's the guy who goes
That is pretty badass.
When he goes to D'Angelo Russell and he says, "You can't bleeping play."
Can you believe that the Nets were like, after watching you in that postseason, we're like, nah, we're good.
Honestly, I don't think it was. To be honest, I don't think it was the Nets front office organization who made that decision. But because what I've heard, they wanted me back. So
who made the decision then?
Can't say too much about that.
No.
Bruce,
You let us
yes,
know
you
already,
can.
Bruce.
You're in the
Bruce,
finals.
that's it. Now you got to tell us. We
Who
know who
made
ran
the
that
decision?
team, but we thought other people
I
were
don't
running
know.
that team.
I don't know who made the decision.
Well, it wasn't
but I
the
just know
front office. Was it a
front
player?
office-
Who was it?
The front office wanted me back.
But Kevin Durant didn't? Who didn't? Who was out
Durant
there?
won. Must
I
have
don't
wanted
know
you
who
back.
it was. I don't know who it was.
All right, well, let's talk about this for a second because you are now you're on a team that feels like a champion.
Can I ask you a couple of names and then you can just confirm or deny?
You can
doesn't
just
wanna
take off your hat.
No.
You could just
I
take
don't know. I don't know.
Was it Kyrie
I don't
Irving?
know. I really don't know.
Was
who
it Kyrie Irving?
He doesn't want to start
I
it.
have no idea.
All right, let's do it another way because this is not.
You must hate this interview
he's not.
so much.
He's just
Blink
not
if
an
it was
idiot.
Kyrie.
He's not an idiot. He knows he's not going to do.
Blink once during the course of this
come on,
interview
come on,
if it was
man.
Kyrie Irving.
I'm very.
Yeah,
cool
there was
with
a
Kyrie.
blink.
I don't know who it is.
Mike, you need to stop. You're unreasonable and
My Canes made it to an Elite Eight and Final Four. My Panthers are in the Stanley Cup Final, and my Miami Heat are a win away from joining Bruce Brown in the NBA Finals. I am insufferable and shall be forevermore.
I want to talk to him about the Nuggets in a second, but the Nets were interesting. Not good, not winning, not doing what your present team is doing, but they had players who had power there, and it was a pretty giant disaster from the outside. What did you see from the inside of it? I will celebrate the Nuggets in a second, but we covered the Nets like they were a lot more interesting than the winning team you're presently on.
Yeah. Front office wise, they're great. They're amazing. I love Sean Marks, JP, Jeff Pearson. But I think locker room wise, it was cool. But we really didn't do much together off the court. But when James was there, obviously it was more fun. He did hold a lot of events for us. But when he left, like the locker room was kind of quiet. Nobody really did much together.
A lot of events. Wait a minute, you can't say James Harden held a lot of events for us
You
and not
hate us.
and not open
James
up our
James was a great teammate on and off the court. Definitely was one of the best teammates I've ever had, especially having some good times out. But I mean,
you've been blinking a lot.
He's a different breed.
All right, Bruce, go ahead. Can you give us, without speaking out of school, just tell us what a night out with James Harden on the best night is?
It just depends on what we're doing. Like, I mean, there's a lot of different factors. And the strip club thing, I've never been to him with him to a strip club, so I don't know where that persona comes from.
Yeah.
But I mean, just out having a good time, having drinks, just forgetting about the game and just being in the moment.
Is it true that he doesn't have internet?
Internet.
Yeah, there was like someone defending him because he was wearing like the Blue Lives Matter mask in the bubble, and they just defended him by saying like, "Man, James doesn't have internet. Like he just doesn't follow any of those things."
I'm sure he has internet on his phone, but yeah, I don't know.
But you're sitting here saying, Bruce, and we'll get to the Nuggets in a second. What you're saying is the guy who lasted 6 months there, who came in and was like, "I'm out. This isn't the right environment for me." You're saying that he was the best part about making it feel good over there.
I mean, to get everybody in one place other than on the court, yeah, for sure. And that was that's something we needed throughout the year. But when he left, that kind of lacked. And then there was only a few people hanging out with each other on the team. And then like on the court, it was just kind of tough. I mean, our offense was basically just straight KD and Kai, ISOs, and then teams just loaded, as you've seen against the Celtics in that series.
Can you tell us what it is when you're feeling, whatever it is you're feeling, that you're confident enough to say out loud to Devin Booker to ask him if he's going to cry? That your trash talk can slice?
I don't know. I didn't say that. I said some things I probably can't say on air. But I didn't say you're gonna cry. Those videos that came out that's like trying to say what I said, that they were completely wrong.
What about D'Angelo Russell? Is this AI that's saying you can't bleeping play? Is that artificial intelligence, or did you say that?
I'll tell you this. So when he blocked my shot, he said something. I forget exactly what he said, but when he was going to the bench, he said, "You chose the wrong sport, my boy." And I was like, "How about you come in here and guard me then? Because as soon as I check in the game, they take you off me." So yeah, it was definitely a fun back and forth between me and their bench, me and some of their players. So
you wanted to fight the Laker bench, yes?
No, so I'm actually like, I know Tristan, I know Malik, like we're pretty cool. So I was really just talking to them the whole time, because I played Tristan a lot when he was in Cleveland, when I was in Detroit, and then Malik went to Florida State, and my best friend's Terrence Mann, so we know each other pretty well.
I do not imagine that you fear many men other than the Jokic brothers.
They are super strong. All right, so my first time kind of like talking to them was after the Western Conference Finals, when we swept the Lakers. And they hugged me, both of them at the same time, and I was getting crushed. Like, and it was like a full, like, strong bear hug, both of them.
Is that a 56-inch television in your kitchen?
85.
You know you're badass, right?
Oh,
See, that's for Red Zone.
That's for Red Zone?
That's for Red Zone, yeah.
You have very nice teeth.
What are you doing?
Well, I'm getting along with my fellow Hurricane.
What are you doing? I was asking him questions about the mysterious Jokic brothers.
Yeah, and I'm just throwing in a compliment and an observation that I made.
He's
got very nice teeth.
That TV, that's for NFL Red Zone. I don't leave my house on Sundays when it's the football season.
You mentioned the Jokic brothers are strong, but they also seem crazy.
Very. I mean, they just don't play about their brother at all. Like, if you step on his toes, you're stepping on their toes. So I don't think anybody want to go down that road.
Why are Joker's arms always bleeding?
Because they foul him every 2 seconds in the game, and they never call it. They're like scratching him, holding his arms. It's insane. But he gets a new cut every other game.
So you're new to the Nuggets, and like I don't know if you remember this about the Miami Heat, but Andy Ellisberg had to block the doorway because the Miami Heat wanted to go after Jokic. There is some animosity there that hasn't necessarily gone away. I'm not looking ahead, because the Celtics are still in this series. But is there going to be bad blood between these two teams come NBA Finals time if the Heat actually get there?
No. I mean, we played them twice this year, and there was nothing like that at all. So, no, I don't think so.
Are you looking at that Boston and Miami series and coming away with a conclusion, I believe blank will win?
I mean, it's tough coming back from 3-0. Obviously, a team's never done it before. But, I mean, it's a great series. Boston's a good team. Miami's a great team. So, you just wait and see.
But you've played them, so I know. Look, I'm not trying to actually trick you into saying I prefer so-and-so. But, no, I'm not trying to trick you.
I'm only trying to trick you to talk stuff about Kyrie.
The thing is with me, with that series, is like, for me personally, it's a win-win. Like, I'm from Boston. So if they come back and win, I'm going home to see my people. And then Miami, I went to school down there. So I get to see all my boys and all my people down in Miami. So it's a win-win for me.
What would be more of a win?
Hey, we just wait and see who does it.
There's a nice smile again. I've got one last question for you before we let you go. You obviously had no problem poking bears for the Los Angeles Lakers. We saw what Grant Williams did earlier in this series. You're going to match up occasionally on Jimmy Butler. Would you back down? Would you poke that bear?
No, I wouldn't back down. But
would you poke that bear?
Nothing respect for Jimmy. His playoff, when the playoff comes, he turns it up. There's nobody like him in the playoffs. Clutch shots, does everything for that team. And I'm not scared of anyone. So,
but you wouldn't poke him.
Would you poke the bear?
I wouldn't start it. I'll tell you that.
Oh,
Mike, what kind of question is that? Would you back down? Yes, I would totally back down.
No, but then I changed it to would you poke the bear?
But those are two different questions.
I know, but I
talked to Jimmy last time. Like we played, like we like the same. Like he listens to Taylor Swift and Justin Bieber in the locker room, but like I listen to country music pregame when I'm shooting. So, and we like Luke Combs. We're both like Luke Combs. So, last time we played, we actually talked about how he listened to like the album before it came out, maybe. And he was like, it's really good. So
what's your favorite Luke Combs song?
It just depends. What's my vibe? Tell me what my vibe is.
Boat day.
You're about to poke the bear.
Maybe Refrigerator Door.
Oh, wow. That's a deep cut.
Yeah.
You guys are so lame.
You're very handsome, Bruce.
See you later, Bruce. Thank you for being on with us.
Hopefully
handsome,
one day we can get you down here in a Heat uniform because I love you in Miami.
It's good talking to you. We weren't trying to trick you.
But you were very clearly talking about Kyrie.
And James Knights were a lot of fun.
I wasn't talking about any specific person.
Well, you weren't talking about James. We established that.
See you later.
See you later.
You're the man.
Not James. Not James.
Later, bud.
Love you.
Love you. But not next round. Go Canes. I really shouldn't be at work today.
Embarrassing.
Yes! Oh my God! Look at
I'll see you in Vegas, bud.
Woo!
You made me so happy.
Yeah.
100%.
Yes.
I am embarrassed by these people and their raw emotions, their raw emotions.
56 seconds left.
Okay.
Down one. Game 7.
Yeah.
Boston.
Yeah.
Who shows up for us?
Yes.
Brandon
That
Montour.
is true. That is what happened. They are excited around here in a way that embarrasses me. I don't understand what has happened with your hockey team. If I'd sidled up to you about 8 games left in the regular season, and I said, "What's the furthest this goes? What is the furthest this goes?" You say what to me?
Honestly, in our group, as far as we could take it, so many people have asked me so many questions on what's changed in this team, and we've had confidence since day one. I think that's the biggest thing, and that's the biggest thing that's, why we're, so successful right now. And, we just push each other to just keep going.
Mike, the hockey guys are annoying with the humility. Like this guy's this guy scored.
Did you know that Rob Brendamore swept you? Because he kind of sounded like.
Well,
it.
let's play
Was
that.
news
Let's
to you
play
that Rob
sound.
Brendamore swept you?
I want to play
Was it
this
news to you?
sound. Let's play this sound for Brandon Montour of Brendamore saying they did not lose 4 games in a row. They were not swept. He was in the games, and they were not swept.
That's the unfortunate part of this is he's going to look back and everyone's going to say he got swept. And that's not what happened. I watched the game. I'm there. I'm cutting the game. We're in the game. We didn't lose 4 games. We got beat, but it's, we were right there, and this could have went the other way, and it could have been 4 games the other way. And tonight, the way it ended is tough. Getting a penalty like that, that's tough. Especially what was let go, and then that's gonna sting. But not to take anything away from the other team because they played hard. But I think we took a huge steps this year. Coming this far, like I said, with what we were missing is pretty impressive.
Sounds like he's taking something away from you, Monty.
Hey, that's the opposing team's coach. Obviously, it was a tight series. No matter, we got 4 wins straight. It's
it wasn't a tight series.
Yeah, can you mention that
it
part
was
where
4
you won
wins straight? It's the
wins
most
straight?
you can win straight.
I'd say 5 because the other one, the first game was pretty hectic.
That's
Yeah,
right.
that's right. Yeah,
It was a
that's true.
5-game
That's
sweep.
right. It was
Yeah.
a 5-game.
But
It's the first time that's ever happened.
The games were obviously so tight, and as a head coach, obviously upset with the outcome, but we're happy to be on our side.
Did you guys see what Brent Burns did at the end
Again
of
with
that first?
this?
Hang
No.
on,
He
hang
needs to
on.
bring this up.
Yeah, did you guys see what Brent Burns did to Chucky?
Briefly, I heard from Chucky in between intermissions, but I haven't seen any clips or nothing like that. But
You guys were a game away from the Stanley Cup Finals, so revenge in that moment, too emotional, Chucky too important to the team. You want to keep your composure and not give Carolina that spark. But if Burns returns to the NHL, I've got 2 requests. You keep the receipts, and my second request is you save a little piece for me. All right?
hey,
I don't
what, things that
understand what's happening around
things that happen in a game like that, we don't forget. So, I'm sure Chucky, especially if he, catches him with his head down eventually, something's gonna happen. So, we're up for that.
You hear that, Burnsy? And they're going to save a piece for me.
How did you feel about the Sam Bennett hit?
Personally, I didn't see it. I saw replays afterwards, but I think anytime you see 9 coming on the ice, you got to keep that head up because he's a warrior. And obviously, he's made some big time hits, and that was one that obviously you don't like to see a guy go down like that. But on our side, that's a guy that plays hard and plays hard the right way and the clean way, and you got to keep your head up when he's on the ice.
Brandon, you were 5th in the league for points scored by a defenseman. How much confidence does this defensive group have in the offensive game for the Panthers?
For sure, and I think playoffs it changes. Obviously, games get tighter, not as loose. Games get scored. The goals get scored in front of the net, as you can see. A few Maddie's goals last night. Those are big time goals that are just kind of in front of the net. But the more offense, the more help we can, as a decor, come up and play and help them out. We like to do that, so that's definitely to our advantage.
Brandon, I'm a 3-season deep season ticket holder here. I just want to how
for
great
the
have
love
we
of
been?
God.
How great have
Tell
we
us how
been?
great we've been.
Oh,
Like,
for the
I feel like
love
we've
of
been
God.
great.
Come on,
We're the best fans in
man.
the NHL.
Come
Yeah.
on.
Credential
You
medium.
couldn't
so.
do it without us. Yeah.
Come on.
It's the energy. Like I've talked to so many people since I've put on the Panther jersey. Even beforehand, it was nothing to put against Florida or nothing, but like fan base or it was quiet. And the last 3 years since I've been here, it's been insane.
So since I was
and
a season ticket holder,
I think you probably stepped foot and it's changed everything. So
oh, man.
Yeah.
it's been crazy since the start here, and obviously a lot of new faces since I've been here, but the culture's changed, management's changed, obviously the whole organization has changed, and it's obviously great to see.
Chris and Mike were in the building, though, and they were saying that the feeling brought by sports with 3 seconds left, to have Tkachuk score the goal, to end them that way, to not have to travel, to get to the finals with the final with that as the goal, 3 seconds left. Do you feel what it is that they're talking about, where that is the greatest moment that hockey has given you in terms of just a feeling?
Yeah, and it's especially this, run that we're on here. It's so many highs and lows from, as you guys saw in Boston series to Toronto series to, 3, 4, 5 seconds left in the game. This team, like we just don't quit right till the end, and obviously that's shown. Being up in a game like last night, maybe gripping our sticks a little too tight just because we want to win it so bad. And
Hell yeah.
I think once
I was gripping my stick a little tight after that winner,
You're
Monty.
still doing it.
Yeah,
You're
still gripping it and ripping
gripping
it.
your stick. It's really annoying.
But as soon as they tied it there, I think we just kind of, in a sense, kind of cool us
The
off
sticks
a
are a
little bit.
euphemism for our penises.
Yeah, that's right.
You weren't clear.
I mean, come
I kind
on.
of got the gist of that
Come
one.
on. You're embarrassing me.
Sometimes we operate on a higher terrestrial
No,
plane.
but see it obviously, getting the power play last a little bit there, and Chucky doing what he does, and seeing the building erupt, and how exciting everyone is as a Panther. It's you can't even describe it and the feeling of it.
All right, but these hockey guys can be slippery, so I'm going to force you to choose one. You have to choose between these two feelings. Beating Boston to finish that series, or 3 seconds left last night. Pick one.
I gotta go last night. It's gotta be last night. It's gotta be last night. It's just,
But you had a lot to do with the Boston one. You had the equalizer, Monty.
Yeah, that's great. But I don't even think looking back, once everything's done here, how great of a series that was, and how much of a battle that was to win that. But I think just being on home ice, getting the chance of what what have we accomplished, and a dream of ours to play in this finals. That's just 4 seconds left. It's, like I said, you can't describe that. So I think we got to go with that one.
Paul Maurice says that the players have taken over the bench, meaning that basically the coaches don't have to say anything going into the locker room during intermission. How important is it to have that trust from the coaches?
It's huge, and obviously, they've experienced everything. I think at this point of the season, you're still playing. I think what it takes to win, or everything that you need to do when you make mistakes, or things like that. But when these guys come in and talk to us, it's we know what's up, and like I said, at this time of year, it's about the players, and they give us the systems and everything like that, and we got to perform. So it's great on both sides there.
I've been trying to get someone to articulate this, because I don't think people understand the kind of shape you guys are in, and what it just does to lung capacity to play at that intensity that you guys play at. Your body feels like what after a 4 overtime game when you're playing more minutes than anyone there? When you're – explain to me, like, in a way that people can understand what that does to the human body.
Obviously it starts with training at first, but I woke up the next, obviously you're exhausted, and I don't even know what time the bus was to get back to the hotel, almost 3 a.m. But you try to sleep in as much as you can. I probably didn't go to bed till almost 5. The next day you're tired, but I think it was the following day when the soreness and everything kind of got, I got hit there. But the emotion, the mixed emotion, I think you honestly don't feel it.
Well, your thoughts are what when I hear on every telecast, hey, do you realize this is the best offensive defenseman in the league? Do you realize that this is the guy who's more of a threat from that position than anybody? Because that's what you've given yourself. If not that, it's an argument with you about who's doing that better than anyone in your sport. That happened quickly, it seems to me.
Bruce Brown refused to say that you were better than Cale Makar.
Even though you were doing it all season.
I held him accountable.
Hey, whatever gets us, whatever gets us the win, whatever it takes, whether it's scoring goals or playing hard. It's, I've just enjoyed being out there. I think you could see every time I'm out there, I'm either smiling or, laughing at someone, or trying to do something, but whatever helps his team win, and that's my whole goal.
My God, look at your shoulders, pal.
We actually have this we have this tradition at the end of interviews. Lomberg did it. Chucky did it. Can you just take your shirt off for us?
This
Yeah,
is
if you're a first-time guest,
embarrassing.
we take our
This
shirts
is-
off.
it's
I'm
absurd.
all set up, so I can't. I'm all
Oh,
locked
yeah.
in.
Yeah.
This
No,
is
but that's a tradition.
Lean back though again. I like.
Yeah,
Come
lean-
on. Come on.
Flex on him. Flex, yeah.
Flex on him. Flex on him.
Oh. God, you and Forsling must slap your thighs before you go on the ice. Huh? Give him a little.
Stop
hat.
objectifying him. Like,
Little
God,
Ronnie Coleman, huh?
it feels like you're hitting on him. Knock
I
it
am.
off.
I am. My guy.
I mean,
Monty.
all right.
Stay forever.
See
Love you.
I love you.
All right. See you later,
See you,
Montour.
boys.
I'll be in
Appreciate it.
Vegas
Thank you.
gripping my stick.
Come on.
love
Come
me?
on. Go, Cats. Go. Vamos, gatos.
You love me?
Stop with the stick gripping.
Pepa y agua para la seca. Todo el mundo batía en la discoteca. Rar, rar.
Remember, I told you, Mike, after Tatum went from 1 of 14 to making a few threes to save the Celtics season in Game 6, and then the series turned to Game 7 in Boston. I had the thought during storytelling time where legacies are made, your turn, MVP Embiid, your turn. And he fell apart. Embiid fell apart under the weight of that. And Embiid will be considered someone, for now, who is someone who shrinks during the playoffs statistically and obviously. Now, they're down 3-1, the Celtics are. Tatum knows that it's legacy-making time, and Jimmy Butler stands in the way. Legacy made. Jimmy says to Strus, you can hear the audio and the video, because Tatum got loose a couple of times. Bleep, just do your job, he spit at Max Strus. Bleep, just do your job. Because they shoot middle fingers at each other by way of celebration, and the Heat love conflict and bouncing into each other. That game is tonight. You guys all smell like a combination of booze and hangover and snorting and partying with Brooks Koepka, and you have made today's show an embarrassment, a disaster.
I apologize.
No, you don't apologize.
You're right, I don't.
You don't. You stink of alcohol.
I do.
Eat
Yes, I do.
me.
We can start drinking now again.
No,
Yeah.
You said you did
Hey,
how many
get the
Patron-
liquor.
You
Get the
said
liquor.
you did how many Patron shots after midnight?
3, 4.
Yeah, I believe you.
And my
Kev. Woo!
this is embarrassing. What you guys
You're embarrassing.
When somebody walks into Flanny's saying, "We're in the East. We won the East. Shots of Patron." You're like, "I want one too."
We're the greatest hockey town ever, boys. We did it.
We did it.
Oh, and by the way, Tampa Bay could suck on that. You guys stink. It's our state now.
Really? You guys
Yeah.
stink?
Yeah.
Really?
88.
Oh, my God.
We're that.
Lightning have done it several years in a row.
Shut up. They're
So-
not there now. It's our time.
Yeah.
You guys are obnoxious. You're drunk. You're hungover. We got to
are.
do this again tomorrow. Heat, win or lose.
Don't make me come in tomorrow.
We got to do it again tomorrow because this is the time of year. But as your feet are up in the air and you're enjoying playoff hockey, Amin left for a second because he got to tape 1 of 40 shows. It was funny to listen to Amin today because through a child's eyes, when he was young, he became a Knicks fan. And so the Allen Houston 8-seed game is something that helped Amin become someone who cares about sports, even though it was 30 years ago, and he chose a life in basketball that represents that career. He was mocking you, Mike, and he was being cynical with your fandom at every turn. But I imagine somewhere in last night, you were emotional, at least in part, because the Panthers taught you how to work. The Panthers taught you to choose a life in sports. The Panthers are sort of responsible for you choosing the career path you've chosen of partying with Brooks Koepka at 3 o'clock in the morning while ingesting God knows what and gripping your stick. Thank you.
He's got his middle finger
He's
up.
holding
Yeah,
up a middle
yeah.
finger because he's tired, and I am meant to now do the rest of the show by myself because these guys.
I could take a nap right now.
Well, all of you have
mean
been
nap.
talking
I
about
am.
the naps you're going to take. I prefer you not do it during the end of this show.
All right. Yeah, no, they taught me how to work. You know what my first assignment was in Michael Yormark's Florida Panther organization?
What's that, Mike?
I was a sales intern, and they were like, hey, you know the white pages? Put them all in an Excel sheet. We need that. So I went through the white pages, A to Z. I needed LASIK surgery after I was
Do
done.
people even know what the white pages are? Young people listening to this. A phone book. A book.
Sounds
with,
racist.
It sounds like Ron DeSantis' curriculum that he's forcing on everybody
Yep.
right now. I think that's like AP history now. It's the white pages.
Put it on the poll, Juju, please. Does Ron DeSantis want to burn the white pages?
Mike said DeSantis and Billy Corbin walked by at the same time. It was like weird.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do about Billy Corbin. He's
If you say Joe Carollo 3 times, Billy Corbin just reanimates in your kitchen. And he won't get anything accomplished. He'll just cry about it.
Joe and his anxiety can function in society.
Please stop making me answer for Billy Corbin's opinions and vendettas.
Cuban Missile Crisis in his comically large pants.
He has no stick to hold.
I was having a beverage during intermission at the Panther game with a Miami Hurricanes legend, and let's just, like, his name rhymes with Flolonzo Maismith, and he was like, "What's going on with Billy Corbin?" I'm like, "Bro, stop asking me. I got no answers. I'm quietly trying to phase him out. Don't blow up my plans."
They want to get rid of Billy Corbin. Look at him. He's crazy because DeSantis is like across the street.
Oh, my God. We said Joe Carollo 3 times.
Oh, no.
He's in your kitchen. Oh, no. You found the one thing that could ruin the vibe. No. Oh. No, don't. Oh, he's gonna say Ponzi Postalita, isn't he?
Oh yeah.
And he's gonna say it in a mildly offensive Latin accent that we've just somehow said it's okay. Somehow. And please no. I beg you. I'll never say the name Matthew Tkachuk ever again. Just get him out of here.
Oh no.
He's like, no.
Billy Corbin is in the kitchen.
This is the real murderer of fun.
Yeah. Thanks for making Billy welcome. Feel welcome always.
If he says third world infrastructure one more goddamn time, just please.
A sunny place for shady people.
Oh God, no more. Enough.
He is blowing.
Can we make this more of like a seasonal feature? I'll tell you what. November, you can have it. You can have it, Billy. I swear to God, I will do anything. Just please.
He's blown through the entire Meadowlark budget, making our listeners make all of these songs.
Andrew Schroeder's talented.
Yeah.
He's good.
spent
That's a catchy song.
So much money.
Yeah.
So much Meadowlark money paying for songs, blowing through budget on something that you guys refuse to accept is a danger that's just blocks away if it could just properly execute a Twitter Spaces. A threat to democracy, just feet away from this seminal playoff run. We don't have time for politics. Nobody wants politics.
Nobody wants Billy Corbin. No one wants. It's not the politics. Her show does politics.
This is awkward.
It's
right
Billy Corbin's politics.
These were all songs about Carollo's third or fourth wife testifying that he was impotent.
Yeah, no, I'm clear on the history of Joe Carollo. Is he gone?
No, he's still there. If
No.
we keep playing songs, he'll linger around like a smell in a bathroom after you've used it.
I want to move from Miami just to avoid Billy Corbin.
I have a great angle of Mike right now. I see it all.
Billy, would you like to come in here? And
No!
defend yourself,
No!
Being a perpetual joy sucker. You're in the kitchen. You're seething. Ron DeSantis is partaking in all manner of evil. We've got a playoff run in town. Sports are the most important thing, but you're too busy being worried about the threats there are to democracy. I'm going to ruin the show even more by foisting yet more Billy Corbin upon the people because Mike, you've been just as annoying as Billy Corbin.
I don't
today.
need Billy Corbin to tell me Ron DeSantis is unctuous and against freedom. I really don't. I pieced that one together all by myself. Really, I did.
Billy, you seem to be taking a beating in the kitchen. Is it true that Joe Carroyo's name, when spoken 3 times on this program, makes you emerge by flume and construction where you're all in our kitchen?
You're using all my material. Those are all my carts. I got nothing. I got nothing for Shabbat.
Mike really let you have it there. How are you feeling about all of that?
I didn't hear any of it. There's no
That's
audio.
me every Friday morning.
There's no audio.
when I get mentioned about because Miami, it's just like I didn't hear any of it. I can't.
No, I just paid $150 for parking at Bayside across the street, so I'm exhausted.
How would you rate our infrastructure in terms of worlds?
Whose infrastructure? Meadowlark's infrastructure?
Or like Miami-Dade County's infrastructure? Is it a first world, second world?
Why are you doing this,
third?
Mike? Why are you doing this?
Why is he?
I would say it's on par with, it's just under Twitter, is what I would say.
He's making fun of you, though, is what he is doing.
I know.
It's not the Bright Line's fault, right? It's just not. I've lived my entire life, never got hit by a train.
Yeah, so...
It's honestly, I take the train every day. It's not that hard to not get hit by it.
It's Darwinism. It is a faster train than Floridians are accustomed to, though. There is a learning curve. There is a learning curve here.
It literally goes, bing, 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 like...
They tell you to have a bright day. I like that.
I think this is how Mike sits on the bright line.
Billy, how are you going to on the Panthers victory? How are you going to make me feel bad about that?
Don't you do it.
Why would I on the Panthers victory?
Yeah!
Yeah, finally!